Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton and we are talking about the Beatles for the month of July. And we are moving forward with Living in the Material World. This is the fourth studio album by George Harrison. It was released on May 30th, 1973 on Apple Records. Now this was the follow-up to All Things Must Pass, which we talked about earlier. And it also followed the amazing charity concert, all-star concert, the concert for Bangladesh. And so because of the successes of those albums or those releases, this album was very much anticipated. It was a gold record, and it was certified gold just a couple of days after the release, and it was a big release for George Harrison, particularly in the United States. Now there is a big hit from this album, Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth, which is a fantastic George Harrison song, and it was a big hit all over the world. Now the lyrical content on this album was very uncompromising. The title, the packaging, everything that you see here was sort of a reflection of George Harrison's spiritual side, which, I mean, George was known for being, the most probably spiritual of the Beatles. And so this is probably the most overtly spiritual album he did. Now, he sort of was trying to reconcile this enlightenment for him being a former Beatle and where he fit into that. But it holds up because the material has a quality. Some of the best guitar playing that he did, and the vocals on here are really good. Now, as a direct sort of contrast to All Things Must Pass, he pulled back a lot of the big production there, which I think was for the best, using just a small core of musicians. Nicky Hopkins, Gary Wright, Klaus Voormann, Jim Keltner, Ringo shows up, John Barham, and he also used some Indian musicians. Zakir Hussain had contributed. But it's just a solid pop album. It holds up. It's one of those that you can put on and listen to and enjoy it from top to bottom. Just really, really, really good songs. And it's a shame because George's solo career could be very, very rewarding. With some really great material, and this album is really the example of that. Whereas All Things Must Pass was the sprawling, sort of huge release of that backlog of songs. This really showed George is a very capable songwriter, and it's worthy of All Things Must Pass. Sure, it's not as grand, it's not a big statement, but it definitely holds up very well, just as a solo effort. Living in the Material World, great album, and probably an overlooked album. But I think if you go and seek this one out, you'll discover that what I'm saying about it is hopefully true, that you enjoy it as well. That's why it's today's Daily Record. Like, comment, subscribe, share. What do you think about Living in the Material World? Let me know. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Check out my other channel, Tommy Burton's VC channel. The more the merrier. Love having you guys on board. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, I'll see you all again tomorrow with another Daily Record.